The familiar songs, the familiar road. For 8 years, I, a displaced person, had lived among these people. They had given me the chance to feel again that it was good to be alive. I tried to repay the debt by helping them along the paths Free India was charting for them. I am a Gram Sevak, and today we are having a special meeting. The first 5-year plan is almost over, and the village elders want to get an idea of what has been done, how it is going to benefit them, and most important, what has yet to be done. Here is a cross-section of rural India, the 285 millions who produce the food we eat. There is the village headman, Ananta, intelligent and wide awake. And Dada, he's not a believer in newfangled ways. He relies on his experience of over 50 years. Sukha is a cynic, and like all cynics, he has a whiplash of a tongue. Always keep an eye on him. That's my habit. Then there is the thoughtful Mia. He accepts nothing until he's convinced, and he takes convincing. Govind is the impatient one. He's learned to read and write, and wants personally to investigate everything. And I mustn't forget to tell you about Amma. She's always there at these meetings, sits apart, and of course never says a word. But she's a par in our village. She notes everything. If she says nothing when leaving, it's a bad omen. Amma and what she thinks is very much a part of our life. As I said, the first 5-year plan is ending. The second is on the anvil. And these are the people who are going to forge it as they grow more and more convinced of its value. I began by speaking about the work our own village people had done on their own initiative. Voluntary work that had already begun to change the face of the village. Getting down to the job in their spare time, the villagers had built an all-weather road, linking us with important areas, the railway station and the trading center. The village had also been cleaned. Proper refuse pits had been built. Wells had been dug. And now we also have our own school. Small, but a new window to the world. I told them about similar inspiring efforts all over the country. The story of the community projects, which were gradually extending to cover every corner of India. A genuine people's movement, dissolving the apathy of centuries, overcoming doubts, prejudices, and superstitions. Come off it, says Sukha the cynic. You go on talking about what we've done. We know all about that. Tell us what our government's doing. I thought if only I could take him for a tour and show him. But that wasn't possible. So I explained how it all began. It was decided to plan our future, not just leave it to fate and good intentions. In 1950, the Planning Commission was entrusted with the task, a most complicated one, of mobilizing the country's resources, coordinating each effort, and finding the money for it. In April 1951, the plan was ready and went into operation. Money was allocated for every type of development. $2,069 crores of rupees to be spent in 5 years. This money was to be spent to achieve new production targets in agriculture and industry, and to advance India on the road to social progress. 82% of our population lives in villages like ours, so top priority was given to rural development schemes. 360 crores of rupees were set apart for this purpose. First, steps were taken to give land to the tiller by abolishing jagirs and zamidaris in many areas. Reforms included the fixing of ceilings on land holdings. To bring about increased production, work began on the reclamation of wastelands. Soil deficiency was studied and fertility increased by the use of suitable organic and chemical manures. Greater attention was paid to seeds and their quality. Modern farming techniques were popularized. In rice cultivation, startling results were achieved by the Japanese method. And agricultural research stations were established to help the farmer improve and protect his crops. Aircraft were mobilized to halt the invasion of the locusts and the march of the desert. Over large areas, seed was sown from the air to grow protective green belts. The drive is on to grow more trees, to preserve and extend our forests, which save our soil from erosion and conserve its fertility. And all over the country, the farmers' earnings are being increased by scientific animal husbandry. I could see that Ananta, the village headman, was impressed by the picture I had given him of the prize-winning bull. Poultry is also getting its due share of attention. Incubator chicks. Planning is for everyone. Yes, sir. And cooperative marketing is being encouraged. It ensures a fair return to the farmer for his produce. Govind, impatient as ever, interrupts. What is the use of all this planning? In our village, if the rains don't come, that's the end of all our plans. Govind was talking as if nothing had been done in our village. He had forgotten the canal near his field, tube wells were being bored, and tanks, lakes and pools were being better utilized. We had done a lot in minor irrigation work. And then I gave them a picture of our gigantic multi-purpose projects. Tungabhadra, the Damodar Valley, Bhakra Nangal, Hirakud, names famous all over the world. Government is spending 561 crores of rupees on these projects. They will help bring under cultivation the fields of thousands of villages like ours and would generate electric power for our homes and factories. I explained to Govind that these multi-purpose projects cannot be established anywhere. Locations have to be carefully chosen, and many years elapse before the blueprint becomes reality. A long and arduous process, but vital to the future economic progress of our country. In any case, the electric power that they will generate will profoundly influence life throughout the vast spaces of India, including our village. The mere mention of this newfangled thing called electricity was too much for Dada. What? You want us to hang these dangerous torches in our huts? Better government had spent the money on more useful things. No, Dada, you don't understand. Electric power will give birth to factories that will make machines. Machines that will reduce manual labor, speed up the economic progress of our country. Even now, factories are rising in areas which were once only agricultural, thanks to electric power. These factories increase our wealth, give employment to our children. Thoughtful Mia spoke quietly. The point he made was valid. We must have roads and railways all over, even to connect the remotest villages, he said. Yes, Mia, that is also being planned. The ultimate target is that no village should be more than 5 miles from a main highway. The present plan cannot achieve this completely, but aims at improving existing roads and providing an additional 23,000 miles of highway. Our railway services are expanding too. Today we have 34,000 miles of railway track, but this is not enough. Now we are opening new lines, assembling locomotives faster than we originally planned. And building all types of coaches. In addition, the railways are providing more amenities for third-class passengers. Then, sea transport is also important, for we have a large coastline. Our ports are being expanded and modernized. Cochin, Madras, and a new port, Kandla, on the west coast, will handle increasing traffic, relieving the strain on Bombay. Government has advanced loans to shipping companies to help them replace old vessels and build new ones. 89 lighthouses are being constructed and modernized along the coast. All this increased activity means increasing work for our posts and telegraph organization. We can't become a modern nation if we continue to accept the old delays. It is planned that every village with a population of 2,000 will have a post office. And every village with a population of 5,000 will have a telegraph office. All India Radio is a part of our lives now, helping us know our country better. Many more of us can tune into India and the world. The village programs, as you know, are given great importance. Yes, we are also conquering space. Civil aviation is developing rapidly. The air services have been nationalized. They are reducing distances, giving a new meaning to time. Sukha never misses an opening. We are beginning to fly before we've learned to walk, he mocks. No, no, Sukha. You're wrong, absolutely wrong. Don't just judge things from where you stay. Think of India as a whole, moving with determination to catch up with the rest of the world in the shortest possible time. We have all along been an agricultural country. Today we have taken the first steps towards industrialization. The responsibility for this development rests on private enterprise and on the expanding public sector, which is handled by the state. 300 crores of rupees have been made available to private enterprise over the last 5 years, part of it by government and part of it by the capital market. The first 5-year plan laid emphasis on the fuller utilization of the existing capacity in industries like plywood, cotton textiles, sugar, soap, and a host of others. Cables, paper, quinine, penicillin, DDT. Other vital industries essential to the economic growth of the nation have been expanded. They will see even greater expansion, for only when we are self-sufficient in iron and steel, in cement, aluminium, oil products, and other basic materials can we advance with rapid strides. The throb of the machines captures the new spirit of India. Where private enterprise cannot cope with the task, government steps in. For research too must set the pace for industry, providing the knowledge that is so essential for national advance. 11 modern laboratories among the finest in the world have been set up. These laboratories are the brains trust of the country. Work is well underway to estimate the hidden resources of our land. We are rich in minerals, but they are largely untapped. Our experts are finding out where these riches are and in what quantities. They are also devising methods of ensuring that mining is scientific and nothing is wasted. Mineral prospecting and mining are some of the most important tasks facing our planners. But Ananta, the village headman, is worried. Tell us, he says, what will happen to our cottage crafts when the products of these colossal factories flood the market? Our planners, Ananta, have made provision for that too. Expansion and encouragement is being given to small-scale and cottage industries. The All India Khadi and Village Industries Board is carrying out the program. Village workmen are now handling better and improved tools. They are also encouraged to form cooperative societies for the manufacture and sale of their goods. And government is doing everything to patronize these goods and to popularize them among the people. Everyone is aware that cottage industries have a vital role to play, that they help our villages to live, give employment to over 37 million people. Large-scale and small-scale industries will work side by side for the good of all of us. They will help to reduce our dependence on articles of foreign manufacture, make us self-sufficient. Dada wants to know what is being done to beat back disease. A healthy people are more important than these machines you speak of, he says. True. In fact, the problem is immense, but a good start has been made. A program to control malaria is being extensively carried out. Tuberculosis, the most dreaded disease, is being conquered. Mobile health vans are touring the villages. Our own village knows how valuable their help has been. Special care is being given to the health of mothers and children. But while the battle against disease is on, the training of doctors and nurses is being speeded up, and these young trainees get practical experience under expert supervision. New hospitals and dispensaries are rising all over the country, a haven for the sick. And remember, health and housing go hand in hand. One of the truest lessons we have learned from the community development projects is that we must live in healthy surroundings and better designed homes. In the towns, industrial housing has been undertaken on a large scale by the government. We are planning an end to slums, the festering sores on our landscape. Govind was not sure whether all this was possible. Without education, what can they do, he asked. Quite right, but we can't wait till everyone is fully educated. However, the process is being speeded up, parallel to our other activities. During the first 5-year plan, a large number of primary schools have been opened throughout the country. In many states, primary schooling has become compulsory. Education is being made broad-based and practical. The young are learning to work with their hands and to respect manual labor. Special stress is laid on technical education. And with great enthusiasm, adults are receiving education at thousands of centers. Also, for the first time, arrangements are being made to educate the handicapped. You can get an idea of the rate of expansion of these health and educational services when you realize that government is spending 254 crores of rupees in this field. By now, it was late, and I felt that we were all beginning to understand that the plan was a remarkable achievement, that we must see it in its entirety, a stepping stone to greater efforts that would double the per capita income in 25 years. And now, as India prepares to enter the second 5-year plan, her people are inspired by its courageous targets for all-round industrial and agricultural expansion. More jobs will mean more purchasing power. More purchasing power will mean a growing demand. A growing demand means prosperity and happiness. That has been the dream of centuries, the dream of the Anantas, Dadas, Sukhas, Miyas and Govinds, the Indian people on the threshold of a new dawn. I watched Amma. She followed the talk, and this time didn't walk away silently. Get up, she said. You must eat. We can't wait the whole night. There's work to be done tomorrow. Yes, Amma approved. Cycling home that night, I did not think of the sunset. I thought of tomorrow, the tomorrow that is ours.